Hi, it's Father John Rushofsky with another exciting episode of The Shepherd's Voice. You know, there for a while, The Shepherd's Voice for the last few months have been recorded at various locations as I've been running all around different campuses. And so today I'm not running anywhere because all that running around has worn me out. So I'm here in my office in the Parish Center. And the reason I'm here is because I want to talk to you about something and I want to show you something. Last fall, you may have heard this already, we ordered some icons of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. And they're just about ready to go. In fact, I have one here that I'm going to show you in a moment, and it is really quite beautiful. I think you'll enjoy it very much. But I wanted to talk about how we're going to do this. The icons will be delivered and mounted, one in each church, and that will take place the first week of July. And then, you know, our feast day, our Parish Feast Day is coming up, July 16th. It's the feast of our patron, Our Lady of Mount Carmel. And so they will be unveiled on that day. And then the following 2 days, the weekend masses, the weekend of the 17th and 18th, the icons will be blessed at Mass. And where it's going to be a big celebration because, in fact, we're even going to have some of our choirs back, at least as much as we can. So it's going to be a very nice event and very fitting at an appropriate time of year. These icons, as I said, there are 4 of them. They are identical, or just about identical. They're hand done. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I think when you see them, you'll want to participate. And by that I mean, how are we going to pay for these? These icons are $4,200 a piece. And so what we're going to do is we're going to ask the parish in general to contribute whatever you can, if you're able to. And in fact, what we're going to do then is to publish the names of the contributors in a little booklet, which everyone will be happy to receive, I'm sure. If you have the means to pay for one entire icon, that would certainly be welcome. As I said, that's $4,200. This will all be on a first-come, first-served basis. Now, this is not a telethon, so don't pick up the phone and start calling now. So we'll tell you when it's time to do that. But each icon, as I said, they're identical. Each icon is 54 inches tall and 40 inches wide. They will be placed in a very prominent place in each of our 4 church buildings. And they are in color and gold leaf. And I think we need to talk a little bit about what an icon is. A lot of people are unaware of just what an icon is and what it means. Icons have been described as a window through which we look with our physical eye at the kingdom of heaven. And icon, it's a very ancient form of art, although we don't really call it art because icons are said to be written rather than painted. Writing an icon is considered to be a form of prayer rather than creating art. An iconographer is one who writes an icon, and they prepare for this very carefully through a prayer and fasting, and they have to have the permission of their bishop or abbot before they can begin. And the work is generally done in layers, and the gold, real gold leaf, is done first, and then the other colors are added so that the light seems to come from within the image. One of the things that you might notice about icons is they don't look like real people, and that's because they're not supposed to. It's not supposed to look like a photograph or a formal portrait. In fact, what you notice if you look closely is that the faces usually look a little different. The ears are usually a little larger than proportion, and that is to hear the Word of God. The mouth is usually smaller so as to provide silence while listening to the Word of God. These icons that we have are written by New Guild Studio. This is a Pittsburgh studio. They're located in Braddock, and you may have already seen their work. They've done a great deal of work on the campus of the new Parish Center for the Diocesan Pastoral Center, which formerly was known as St. Paul Seminary. there's a lot of their work there. In our St. Sebastian narthex, there is a St. Sebastian icon right above the center doors of the narthex. That also was done by New Guild Studio. So we're very pleased with our icon. And now I would like to show you what the icon looks like. This is, as they say, shown actual size. I'm not very tall for a man. I'm only 5'8", so that kind of gives you kind of an idea of the proportion here. But if you look at the, as I said, this is gold leaf. If you look at if you notice that the ears are a little bigger, the mouth is a little smaller than normal, but you have great detail in the garments and in the jewelry, for example. Here we have the heart pierced with a sword. This is the scapular here, and that that Our Lady of Mount Carmel is famous for. So they will all look very much like this, with just the tiniest of differences, which is an indication, of course, that all were done by hand. So this is what the icon looks like. I think it is very beautiful, and I think seeing this in all of our churches will help us really kind of help us with our new identity. I personally have always had a great fondness for Our Lady and her various titles. In fact, I have here in my office, I have two different images of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. They were both given to me by members of the parish out of their kindness and generosity. So I'm very fond of these statues, which are on display in my office. So that's the story of the icons, and we'll be giving you more information about how you may want to contribute so that we can pay for these. Let me add one final thing, and that is that if we are able to contribute more than we need for the 4 icons, that's a total of $16,800, what we need to do also is to begin to provide signage for our various campuses. And we need to do this because as we become more firmly established, it's almost a year now, we become better known in the community, and we have work to do in our community, and it's important that people know who we are. So once again, thanks for listening, keep smiling, and on we merrily go.